432, 432, the countdown. Something is counting down, collective. What's the deal? What's the deal? What is the deal, people? Hope I'm doing well. We're about to tap into this energy to see what's going on, to see what we got to see, to see what we got to know. I hope you're having a good day. Like I said, I hope you're having a good day, afternoon, or evening whenever you come across this reading. And you already know if you watch me with a good heart and good intentions, you are blessed and protected. But if you watch me with any ill will or malintentions, only lies that go blind 144,000 times. Instantly, quickly, swiftly, you will feel the effects out of all the hexes and the curses and the spells that you project. And if you are siphoning my energy or anybody else's energy from this reading, you will receive karma quick, faster, and hurry, because you reap what you sow, for Bob is so low. Bitch, I'm waking up. Bitch, I'm waking up. What up, troll? You got my shit on notification? Ah, they ran so fast. Is that even funny? That was hilarious. Ooh, I gotta shave my underarms. Alright, let's get started. What am I starting with? Angels, ancestors, spirits of divine right, light, flowing, please provide me with some insight. What deck am I going to start with? That one over here. Fishing biscuits in the morning. Biscuits in the morning. Bitch, I'm waking up. Bitch, I'm waking up. All right, let's see what we got. I don't have no download, so we're just going to just tap in. Okay? Angels, ancestors, spirits of the divine white light attribute only, please provide me with some insight. What do we need to know today? What is the message? It says a siren energy lures men/women singing that song of sweet bullshit, a karmic. So there's a siren energy that's out here singing their sweet song of bullshit to people, male or female energy. So you got somebody that's out here, a karmic energy. So it already started with a karmic energy, collective. It went straight for it. Karmic is in the energy. Karmic is in the energy. Ooh, what's that? Consequences and repercussion. Warning, karma. That's the card that fell on the floor. Okay. Consequences and repercussions. Let's get a little bit more light in here. So there's going to be some consequences and repercussion for this karmic siren energy that's out here luring men and women. Collective. This karmic is facing some karma. They wanted you alone. It says they wanted you alone, isolated and lonely and in pain. They wanted you not to exist. This karmic is facing consequences because they wanted you alone. Yeah, they wanted you alone. They're facing consequences because they wanted you alone and lonely. They want you not. They want to swap out your destiny for theirs. Freaky Friday shit. We got a Gemini male. It says, just for fun, agree with criticism directed towards you, then watch it go away. Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm not tapping into that energy. That I'm not doing. I'm not even going to read the message because I'm not tapping into that energy. But it got something to do. I'll say what it's about, but I'm not going to tap into the energy. It has something to do with a mother that touched on their own child because they resemble the other parent. If you understand what I mean. then you understand what I mean. So collective, there's a siren energy that's out here facing consequences and repercussion because they wanted you alone and isolated. They wanted to swap out destinies for theirs. They wanted to swap out your destiny for theirs. This could be a Gemini male that was doing this. And then the card, just for fun, agree with criticism directed towards you and watch it go away. So basically, you've been ignoring something, or there's something that you need to ignore and it's just going to go away. So what I'm getting is this siren energy could have been luring people against you to criticize you because they wanted to swap out your destiny. They were criticizing you. They was luring people to come up against you because they wanted you alone and lonely. They wanted you isolated. They want you to be in some type of pain. They didn't want you to exist anymore, collective. Found out the truth. They're going to be in such regret for all that they have done, recording and screenshots, collective. Wow. They really think that they can stop your shine. They spying on you, spiritually monitoring you. All lives matter. Your life matters, collective. They can't sleep or eat. They don't got no money. It says, he is not it. Karmic twin flame soulmate. Banish all spells casted upon you. Cast them to hell. Return to sender. So they was casting There was deception behind the scene. This could be a mother, a sister, a aunt, a cousin, a female in the family, or a mother figure. Now all of a sudden they want child abuse. I told you I'm done. I'm getting a headache already. I'm not tapping into that energy. So we're going to leave it at the cards that fit on my table. So found out the truth. They're going to be in such regret for all they've done. Screenshots and recording. All right, that's all the space I got on the table right there. Something about Sunday, because I see Sunday on the top of the deck. It says now they want to work with you after they talk shit about you. So now somebody want to work with you after they talk shit about you. All right, now I'm getting a different kind of story as I switch the cards around, but give me a second. So, collective, when I rearrange the cards, we got Siren lures men singing that sweet song of bullshit or karmic. This could be a Siren energy that lured a Gemini male, or this could be a Gemini male that's doing this. Screenshot and recordings, deception behind the scenes. So yeah, there could be somebody that could have lured a Gemini male, because it says Siren lures men. So this could be a feminine energy that lures men to singing that sweet song of bullshit. And now this person is suffering the consequences of repercussion, the warning. They're getting karma because this person was probably doing something to you And they wanted you isolated, alone, and lonely, and in pain. They wanted you not to exist. They wanted to swap out your destiny for theirs. Because for a Gemini male, over a Gemini male, well, this is a Gemini male that's doing it. And they could have been criticizing you. You found out the truth that they wanted you to be isolated, alone, lonely, and in pain, that they wanted you not to exist. And now they're going to be in regret for everything that they did to you. There's recordings and screenshots of what they did. And because they really think they can stop their shine. They thought they could stop your shine, collective. And they were spying on you. They were spiritually monitoring you. Yeah, now this person can't eat and sleep because they wanted to do some Freaky Friday shit and swap out destinies. Now they're going to be in regret. There was a lot of deception behind the scene. And everything that they sent to you, banish all spells casted upon you, cast them back to hell, return to sender. Yeah, these people are going to hell. It's being returned back to sender. All these spells they casted on you. So, and this is somebody's mother, sister, cousin, aunt, or female in the family. Or a mother figure. Yours or somebody else's. And now they want to work with you after they talked a bunch of shit about you. What they need to do is start studying so they could get skilled and self-taught and learn their lessons because school's in session. This person could walk with a limp, but there's somebody all of a sudden that want to work with you. Tell them to learn the way that you learn. Go you on YouTube and watch all them videos of what they're interested in and go on a cramming session because that's what I did. What I did to learn everything that I learned was I researched what I wanted to learn and I watched a lot of videos on them. That's what I did. Information overload is what I did to myself. Overloaded myself with information and then applied it. Just like anybody. Like you go to school and they teach you in school and you apply, you try and you apply. That's what I did. I said, I want to learn how to do that. I watched videos on it. Self-taught myself how to do something, and then I applied it. Because, Anyway, let's actually, I don't want to use this. Actually, yes. Siren, let's clarify these cards. So this siren energy that lures men singing that sweet song of bullshit. What about this siren energy? Tarot. Use the tarot deck. All right, tarot cards. We got 7 of Wands, the Lovers. You could be standing your ground against 2 people. 2 snakes. The lovers, snake lovers. Yeah, the Lovers and then the 4 of Wands in the reverse. Somebody's foundation is in the reverse. Anyway. So, clarify this siren energy that lures. Ooh. All right, wait a minute. Too many cards wanted to come out. 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands in the reverse. King of Cups. All right. You watching me trying to mess up my cards? You don't want the truth to come out? All I gotta do is take the camera off of me and you won't be able to see my cards. Angels, ancestors, spirits of the divine white light. Please provide me with some insight. What about this siren energy that lures men to singing that sweet song of sorrow? 6 of Wands. And it's coming like out sideways. I normally take, when the card comes out sideways, I normally take the card in the reverse. So being that it came out like sideways, crooked, I'm going to take this in the reverse. So this siren that likes to lure men against their will, singing that sweet song of bullshit. So their deception. This person likes to lie to people, glamour people, deceive people. So because siren energy is glamour with a sound, with their beauty, with their voice, with their song. Somebody could be a singer. Somebody could sing. Anyway, this siren energy is treacherous. That is disloyal. My ear is ringing. Somebody's suffering consequences because of their treachery. All this, the cards is clarifying everything that came out already. So the Six of Wands, look, the Six of Swords in the reverse. Like I said, 6-6. So this siren energy is unable to move forward with the Six of Wands in the reverse, and you got the Six of Swords and the Six of Swords in the reverse. Someone is treacherous, deceptive. They were lying, and this is why they're suffering consequences. Ooh. Two of Wands and a bunch of other cards. Two of Wands. Two of Cups in the reverse. Eight of Swords. So the Six of Wands in reverse is clarifying the siren energy that lures men singing a sweet song of bullshit. They have treachery, deception, they're lying. They like to lie. They like to paint lies. And this person suffering the consequences and repercussions, warning and karma. They're getting karma and they're unable to travel. They're unable to move forward. They cannot move forward. They're stuck. Okay? They're stuck and unable to have a forward movement. They're in the Two of Wands, so they're in a sticky situation. They're in a pickle. They're twisted up and tangled up in a situation. And the situation that they got themselves tangled up in is because they wanted you alone, isolated, lonely, in pain. They wanted you not to exist anymore. So because they wanted you not to exist anymore, that got them caught up in a situation that they can't get out of. Because the Two of Wands is a situation where you can't get out of. You're tangled in it. You're all twisted up in it. Somebody could also be trying to give you some type of proposal of love. There's also going to be some type of confession publicly. A public confession. Because they got themselves... So there's going to be some type of confession. A public confession of what somebody was doing. That they wanted you alone. What this card, what it says. They wanted you alone, lonely, and isolated. In pain. They wanted you in the Two of Wands. Somebody wanted you in a Two of Wands situation, twisted up in a situation, and they got themselves twisted up in a situation. Their Two of Cups is in the reverse. Because of this, you could look at me and you could send me all the shit you want, but it's not going to stop this message from coming out. Either, I'm getting two things from this. This siren energy could be a masculine energy, and they got themselves caught up in a situation. They could have been trying to declare some type of love to you, collective. A Gemini male could have been trying to declare some type of love to you. But this person, this energy wanted you isolated, alone, and lonely, and in pain. They didn't want you to have no forward movement. Okay? Their Two of Cups, they're not receiving anything. Because somebody's in the Eight of Swords, entrapped. They could be physically or mentally, spiritually. Somebody could be in jail, in prison, in the spirits, or in fist for real. Yeah, somebody's physically suffering. Somebody could be sick as well. And they're very sad. They're depressed. They're suffering from some type of disease. Because they wanted you isolated, lonely, and alone and in pain. Yeah. There's been some type of misunderstanding. Yeah, somebody could be losing their love. Somebody wanted to swap out your destiny for some Freaky Friday shit, and somebody could be losing a relationship because of this. They're losing their Two of Cups. Their friendships, their sexual relationships, their unions. They have fake love, fake friendships. They don't have real, yeah. They're about to lose all their connections. Their relationships. Yeah, they could be going to prison with this Eight of Swords. And this could be a Gemini male that could be losing all his connections, his love, relationship, and they could be going to jail, or this could be a female, both. It could be a female and a masculine. Because you got Gemini that came out here, and then you got mother, sister, aunt, cousin, female in the family, or a mother figure. So there's a masculine and a feminine energy out here. This could be a family member or a mother figure. Somebody that has children. Family or not your family. And somebody they're in prison. They're entrapped. They got themselves tangled up and entrapped in a situation. What else? Wow. Four Wands in the reverse. Their foundation, they just lost their foundation. With the yelling, yeah. Somebody just lost their foundation. And because somebody wanted you in a certain state, you're going to have some type of increase to your foundation. Your foundation is about to be increased, collective. Because you found out the truth, or somebody found out the truth. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. I just said you're about to have an increase. Four of Wands in the reverse. You're about to have an increase. Your foundation is stable. It's not, nothing's happening. And the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. You still building on your foundation. You building your foundation. You're stable. King of Cups, yeah, and this King of Cups energy, Cancer, now we got water sign energy, is going to be in regret for everything they did. So now you got a Gemini male and a female. This can be a masculine and feminine energy, or feminine and masculine energy, or two people. The Five of Wands in reverse. Somebody had you in some type of competition. Now they're in competition with themselves. They're fighting within their own home with people. Because there's some type of screenshot and recording. So there could be some fights going on in somebody's foundation. Because of all this treachery. So because of this treachery and deception, somebody's in the Eight of Swords and they're in the Five of Wands fighting with each other. Because they really thought they could stop your shine. Eight of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, something's being sent back. Something's being slowed down. Because they thought they could stop your shine. So somebody thought they could slow down your shine. but they're being slowed down. Something's being sent back to them. Yeah. Look, they're spying on your Ace of Cups, basically. So they're spying on you, sending monitoring spirits, and they're spying on your... They're looking at your money. They're checking your emotions. With this Ace of Cups energy, it's well water, so it's a bunch of... They checking your pocket watching. You can watch me from the low. You can watch me from the back and try to block my throat all you want, but the message is still gonna come out. Yeah, they're watching your abundance, collective. They're spying on you, and they can't sleep and eat. Yeah, because you're this Queen of Pentacles. They see that you're this Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, the Star. There's a lot of deception behind the scenes when it comes to the Star energy, Queen of Pentacles energy. They were trying to compete with the Star energy. Yeah, for her Wheel of Fortune, for their Wheel of Fortune. They was trying to cast all type of spells and hex your Wheel of Fortune, but you still gaining. It's being returned back to sender, whatever they were sending. Yeah, this mother, sister, aunt, cousin, female in the family, they thought they would have options. They were delusional, 7 of Cups, but it's in reverse. They have no options. They're out of options. They're out of solutions. Yeah, when it comes to the 10 of Coins, yeah. They want to work. They was talking a bunch of shit. Now they want to work you because they see that you getting your 10 of Pentacles. They see that you getting your Wheel of Fortune and you getting justice, collective. You're not in the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords coming out again in the reverse. So now somebody thought they had options. They were delusional. They thought that they could fucking take what was yours. Swap out your destiny. And now they see that you're coming to abundance, and now somebody want to talk to you because they see that you're coming into this 10 of Coins. No. You're going to receive your justice. You're going to receive your Wheel of Fortune. You're going to receive your justice, and you're not in this, you're not trapped. There's going to be some type of message that you're going to get. Page of Pentacles. When it comes to some type of something that you're working on, something that you're studying, something that you're building, something that you're working on, you're going to get some type of message. There's a Star in the reverse. That's in the 10 of Swords. In the 9 of Swords, we got justice again. Wow. You got the 10 of Swords as a Star in the reverse. 9 of Swords, 7 of Swords in the reverse, justice, the Moon, Hierophant, 6 of Wands in the reverse. Somebody's not getting a victory, collective. You're gaining your Wheel of Fortune, and you're going to get some type of message. About somebody being in the 10 of Swords. Yeah, you're getting your justice. Someone was unable to take something from you with the 7 of Swords. And the Star that's in reverse is in the 9 of Swords. Because of this Moon energy. This Hierophant is not getting a victory. This organization, this foundation, this marriage alliance, they're having a hollow victory. The Stars in the reverse, in the 9 of Swords, overwhelmed, feeling the pressure, knives all in their head. Like I said, 2 of Wands, so they twisted up in the situation. The Lovers that's in reverse. Wow. 3 of Pentacles. There was a collaboration. Now they're the Hangman. They in the 10 of Wands. They in the 4 of Swords. I tell you no lie. This is the energy for the karmic. I'm going to keep the card that I pulled on the clarifiers, but the rest of these cards I'm putting back in the desk. But collective, you're getting justice. Somebody's out here watching you. Watching your pockets. They wanted you isolated, alone. They wanted to be you. They want to be you. Let's clarify the Six of Wands in the reverse. Clarify the Six of Wands in the reverse. This treachery and deception. Ooh. Okay. We got the Queen of Cups in the reverse. A psychic healer in the reverse. They're not a psychic healer. They're not somebody that you could turn to a listening ear. They're not a homebody. They're not loving. They're not supportive. This Siren is a Queen of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, confusion. We got the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So you're not trapped. Okay, so basically, this is clarifying the Six of Swords in the reverse. And the Eight of Swords clarifying, Eight of Swords coming in reverse, clarifying the Six of Swords in reverse. So basically, somebody is unable to move forward, travel, change residence. They're trapped. And you're not in any trap with the Eight of Swords coming in the reverse. Somebody's confused. Okay? Somebody wanted you to have life in the forces. This could be somebody that's in the forces. Life in the forces. This somebody could have a person of authority. It says, or prison, or in prison. So this could be somebody that's in prison. So they wanted you in prison. Somebody wanted you to feel like you had no choice. Backing oneself into a corner, can't see a way out, although the solution was right there in plain view. So this is in reverse. Somebody wanted you trapped and confused. You're not confused. You're not stuck. They're the ones that stuck. They're the ones that don't have no forward movement. They were unable to defeat you. Look, the Five of Swords in the reverse. Defeat. You're not defeated. Somebody was trying to have a victory at all costs. They did not want to have a change in their viewpoint. Deception, bullying, walking away of disagreement, resistance of non-resistance. So yeah, they were unable to defeat you. This is why this is clarifying the Two of Wands. The Five of Swords in reverse is clarifying the Two of Wands. They were unable to twist you up in a situation. That's why they're in a twisted situation. They're in a pickle. Hangman. Consequences. Same word coming out again. Confirmation. Confirmation. They're the Hangman Collective. They suffering consequences. They need to surrender. They're stuck. Stagnation. They need to let go. They were out here doing they need to see things from a different perspective. And there's a situation that must be waited out. So they're the Hangman for causing injustices. Justice in a reverse. So basically, this is the Justice in the reverse is clarifying the Eight of Swords. They're being in prison trapped because of the injustices they were causing against you. They're not going to have no peace. Two of Swords. Peace in the reverse. Choosing between two options. Refusal to acknowledge the truth. Somebody refused to acknowledge the truth. Somebody's having a lot of communication difficulties. It's the Two of Swords is in reverse. They're not going to have no peace. Their foundation is in the reverse anyway. King of Pentacles. So your Five of Pentacles in the reverse because you're in this King of Pentacles energy. You middle management, authoritative, protective, good at business. Achievements through hard work, a businessman, a businesswoman, enjoying the luxury of fruit of your own labor. So you're about to join the luxury of your own labor because you put in the hard work. You're coming out of this Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles energy. Because the Queen of Pentacles came out earlier in the first deck. So you're coming out as a Pentacles energy. And this King of Cups that's in the reverse is in the Two of Wands coming out again. They're twisted up in the situation. A lot of delays. Waiting for a signal to move. You've been using your sixth sense, collective. Someone had a lot of indecisions in making and planning. Wow, I got a couple of cards that came out. We got the Five of Wands in the reverse. So the Six of Wands in the reverse. Clarifying the Five of Wands in reverse. Yeah, somebody's not having a victory. Because victory on the card, somebody's not having a victory. Again, it came out again. No victory. Hollow victory. There's no success in what they set out to do. They're not getting good results. They had you in a competition. This is why they're fighting amongst themselves. Satisfaction in the reverse. Nine of Cups in the reverse. Clarifying the Eight of Wands. Yeah, something is being slowed down. Their cups, their money, their everything. Time for wishes to come true. Their wishes are not coming true. Also a sign of overindulgence in food, fulfillment, and contentment. They're not content. They're not fulfilled, and they could be overeating. And then you got the Ten of Cups in the reverse. Fulfillment. They have no fulfillment. Ace, this is clarifying the Ace of Cups. Yeah, they're not gaining anything. Atmosphere remains happy. Nope. Their atmosphere is not happy. Their family love. Nope. They don't have no happiness in their family and their love. Achievements of emotional peak. They have not achieved no emotional peak. They stuck. Nine of Cups. Ten of Cups. The Lovers, Gemini. Gemini energy coming out again. This is the only sign that has came out. Libra, excuse me. I'm not gonna say the only sign because the other sides came out on the other deck, and I'm not even paying attention to it. So you got water sign, earth sign, water and earth sign. Gemini is an earth sign. With the Queen of Pentacles, King of Cups. Energy. You got the Libra, you got the Star. Yeah, so this Star, talking about the Star, this Star is in the Ace of Swords. They're getting a new idea. The starting of prosperity, a flash of insight, a revelation, a realization, and an understanding. This Star just gained, got a realization, a new idea of something. So you can have some type of new idea. You're gonna have starting something new. Yeah, Four of Swords in the reverse because somebody was unable to put you to some type of rest. Somebody was trying to put you to rest. Time to make a decision, recovery, recuperation, time out. The Wheel of Fortune. Somebody was trying to put your Wheel of Fortune to a rest, and they can't put your Wheel of Fortune to a rest, collective. Hierophant, Taurus energy coming out. Chariot in the reverse. Yeah, they was trying to serve. They was trying to serve some type of. Hey. They was trying to. Yeah. This could be an organization, a marriage alliance. It says traditional structures, a figure of authority and power, practical lessons related to natural law, study, mastering one chosen area of expertise in their life. Study power of a spiritual nature. You hear that? That's a door buzzer. If you heard the ringing. But they're ringing upstairs and it's ringing my doorbell. Very low. So this Chariot was in the reverse. So, yeah, nope. Controlling opposing forces. So somebody was trying to control you. Willpower, resolving conflicts. There's some type of conflict that's not resolving. Travel, they're unable to travel. They have no natural drive. They have no determination. They're not having a victory. They're being stopped. There's no forward movement. They're unable to control their inner conflicts. And there's no movement. There's no movement. Something's being slowed down. Yeah, look, I flipped the deck. We got the 8 of Wands in the reverse. Progress in the reverse. There's no progress. Communication bringing fortune. There's no communication that's going to bring in fortune. Events moving quickly and something is being slowed down. Getting organized fast. Something's, like I said, being slowed down. Possible pregnancy. Somebody is not pregnant. The 8 of Wands came out in the reverse. Again, something is being slowed down. They're not getting what they want. Where are we at? We're about to end this because we're almost going on an hour. Somebody was unable to defeat you and they're confused. They wanted you confused and defeated. They wanted you to have no peace, but they didn't want you to have no fulfillment. They didn't want you to have no rest. They didn't want you to have no satisfaction. They didn't want you to have no new idea. Yeah, they didn't want you to control your own energy. They didn't want you to have no willpower, no determination. They wanted to stop you. They didn't want you to have a victory. They wanted you to always have inner conflict. A mother in the reverse. This came out in reverse. So this is a mother energy. So confirmation. This could be a religious figure. Wow. An ex-boyfriend. A brother. A content creator. This brother could be a content creator. They're your enemies. A aunt in the reverse. School or work associates. They could be school or work associates and a karmic family that's in the reverse. Collective. This could be the people in your energy that's doing this. That's your message that I gotta get over. I gotta get out of here because somebody is siphoning from me. So we're about to go do a mantra right now, but I don't feel like doing it on camera because we're about to send that shit right back. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna say it on camera. If you continue to psychic attack me, where you're attacking my third eye and my crown, you're going to have a brain aneurysm. So mote it be. If you are psychically attacking me, my crown or my third eye, you will have a brain aneurysm. So mote it be. If you are attacking my crown or my third eye, you are going to have a brain aneurysm. So mote it be. You're going to stop attacking me. You're going to stop abusing my energy. You're going to stop abusing me. You're going to stop violating me. You're going to stop spiritually monitoring me. You're going to stop draining me. You're going to stop harvesting from me. You're going to stop manifesting off of me. You're going to stop stealing from me. You're just going to fucking stop. And that's what the fuck you got to do. And there's nothing that you can possibly do. The more you take, the more you siphon, the more you steal, the worse, the faster your karma comes. So thank you for increasing my pockets and my abundance and giving me the energy that I'm going to need for when I need it. While you drain yourself dry and go and run yourself ragged. Send them hellhounds to your ass. Since you like sacrificing animals too. Sorry, you're not going to get me to rage out on camera. You be thinking that you have some power. Like, I'm going to remind you again, this is reality. And you doing some movie thing that you think that you're going to watch somebody on a screen and then you're going to send some magic, or you're going to poke on a doll or something, or whatever you're doing. It don't even matter what you're doing at this point. And something's supposed to happen. Like, oh God, why do you think that? Why? I need to put this on my head because somebody's really trying to attack my crown. Like, for real. Collective, I'm gonna go. I'll be back with another video later, yo. And return to sender, return to sender, return to sender. I call, command, reclaim. My mind, my body, my soul, my willpower, my strength, my vitality, my life force, my essence, my aura, my spirit, my family, my friends, personal and professional connections, my freedom, my finance, anything and everything that was siphoned, harvested, stolen, manifested, and drained off of me and my energy will return to me aligned and clean from every person, place, thing, alive or unalive, from the past, from the present, from the future to come, in this dimension, in this time zone, and beyond. Because I claim sovereignty over my motherfucking energy. Thank you very much. Peace out, collective. Until later, bye.